Great men are not born great, they grow great. Godfather, let's go on game day. Ric Flair is in the house for his Rams team. So he's loving Todd Gurley. Posted a photograph of a Gurley signed jersey. And Drake's sick and tired, I guess, of being blamed for your team losing. So he's posted a photograph of himself with all 4 logos. So he's got to be at least half right. He's got to hit 50% right there. So there you go. Let's go out to New Orleans right now. Jane Slater, take it away.
Rich, I sure had a hard time pinning down Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas in the locker room this week. When I reached out to him via text, he said, look, it's not personal, but the game is to be sold, not told. It was Drew Brees who told me what he loves the most about his wide receiver is they have the same sense of urgency in practice. Every rep is a win this game rep. It was Ted Ginn Jr. who told me he's our dog. With the league leading 125 catches and just 3 drops in the regular season, he has earned Brees' trust, and it was the Rams who figured out you've got to cover this guy. And week 9 against them, they battled back in the second half, but he erased the ability for them to get this game back because he had that 72-yard touchdown catch that put this game out of reach. Irv, can he come up big again against the Rams?
Man, I love Michael Thomas, but I know the Rams will not employ the same defense that they did last time. This man went off 211 yards, and Peters were trying to follow him all over the field. Talib's back now. You're going to leave Talib on his side. And when Michael lines up on Talib, he'll play him one-on-one. And when he lines up on Peters, they will roll coverage and give him help. That way Peters can attack and play as physical as he would like to. Taquan Smith had 2 receptions in that game, 28 receptions on the whole year. Make someone else beat you. That's what the Rams will do. Now, for more on the Rams, let's go get the wisdom from the gray-headed one, Steve Weiss.
Hey, well, thanks a lot, Irv. There's not a quarterback playing this weekend that is facing more scrutiny and possibly doubt than Rams quarterback Jared Goff. That scrutiny and doubt outside of the Rams organization. Now, Goff really admits that in the 2 consecutive losses towards the end of the season that he did not play well. But since that point, he's had better mechanics, and his teammates have shown unflappable confidence in him. Now, Goff said the key for him today is just not to turn the ball over and to distribute it and to get the ball to people like wide receiver Robert Woods, who blatantly came out and said this week they are going to put a lot of stress on that Saints defense. Now, for more on the Rams offensive game plan, let's send it to Kurt Warner.
Oh, great question. Rams offense, something I love to talk about, but I have no idea why you're throwing it to me when I'm right next to you.
That's a pretty smooth, like Collinsworth slip in there, Kurt. Let me step out of the way now.
But I tell you what, it's really all about the element of disguise by this Rams defense. What Sean McVay does on every single play, he's going to give you one look and do something different. And I love how he sets it up. You know, he's going to set this up with the reverse look here, and this is actually what he ran first. Usually you set it up with a run game. Not here. He's going to start with the reverse. Oh, now you're going to see the same movement, same formation. Now this time, now we're not handing the reverse off. We're not handing it off to Gurley. We're going to throw the play action. Get the linebackers to split. You got the big in over the top. Now we're going to come back with the run to Todd Gurley. We're going to hold the backside safety with that reverse fake. It's what really sets up Whitworth to be able to seal this block. And then you have Todd Gurley taking it into the secondary. And he's not going to lower his head. He's the one that's got the speed that can get around the corner and get into the end zone. So I don't know what the package is going to be this week with Sean McVay, but he's going to have some type of package where there's going to be disguise, there's going to be play action, there's going to be a run game, and maybe a reverse or a double pass. Who knows? Now let's head out to Mike Girardi and talk a little bit more about the Patriots.
Thank you, Kurt. Asked Bill Belichick how you coach against Tyreek Hill's speed, and he said, like what? Make my guys faster? But then later he elaborated and said, look, you got to change your angle and your technique a little bit when you're playing this guy. As Patrick Chung says, you put your hands on him, but he's so fast he can still run away from you. Now, the Patriots historically love to put their second corner on your number 1 receiver. That would be Hill, with safety help over the top. But Stephon Gilmore's had a terrific year, especially in man-to-man. He's a first-team all-pro cornerback. I asked him if he'd like to shadow Hill, and he said, I'll do whatever the coach asks me. But knowing Gilmore, I bet you he'd like that opportunity. Brandon Marshall, can they slow down Tyreek Hill?
Come on, Mike. 1,500-plus yards, 15 total TDs in one season, 34 touchdowns since 2016. Let's see who else is in that category. We have Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley. We have Antonio Brown. We have Devontae Adams and Ezekiel Elliott. No, they cannot. Not a chance. Let's throw it to my guy, James Palmer out in KC, and see what he got to say about the Chiefs.
Well, Brandon, let's look at this Chiefs defense, and it's far different than the one Tom Brady went against back in Week 6. Their star pass rusher, Justin Houston, playing in this game, didn't play in Week 6. Their all-pro safety, Eric Berry, playing in just his 3rd game this season, missed that Week 6 game. Now, the talk in Kansas City all week has been this. They know how quickly Tom Brady gets rid of the football. They know he loves to step up in the pocket. That's why they believe Chris Jones in the middle of that defensive line, 15.5 sacks this season. But they've also been opportunistic with their sacks. When they sack Brady twice in that Week 6 game, they force him to fumble the football each time. That's when I talked to D Ford this week, and he said, when I get to the backfield, I have to make a game-changing play because I don't know how many times I'm going to get back there. So, Mooch, tell me a little bit more about this Chiefs defense.
All right, James Palmer, thank you. I will tell you a little bit more about this in Mooch's Minute, presented by Reese's. I need a little bit of defensive help over here. When I talk about the Chiefs defense, guys, they were ranked 31st in the league. Not real good, but boy, last week against the Colts, who protect the quarterback as well as anybody. Hey, Willie, these guys were beasts.
They did a good job. You guys were the hot boys. They are the bad boys.
Bad boys.
D Ford and Chris Jones tied 26.5 duo in the league. And then the last 7 games, guess what, Justice? Houston, just 8 sacks. That's
just
it.
8, that's it.
Just
yeah,
8.
well, they gave pressure all day long. Let's take a look at that Colts game right here. Okay, now they're moving around. You got D Ford and Houston on the same side, okay? Chris is on this side. Well, watch him. Here he comes. He's going to get singled up on Mark Lewinsky right here. They got a heck of an offensive line, but he says, let's go.
I like
and
that
down
matchup.
goes Andrew.
I like that
All right,
matchup.
okay, now you got him opposite. D Ford over here and Justin Houston over here. But watch the speed rush right here. But it turns into a bull rush, and you're going to drive him back. That's Braden Smith, the rookie offensive tackle. But he bench presses it and sees Andrew Luck's arm. That's great timing, Willie.
Not a sack, but he affected the pocket.
He affected it big time. Now they're going to go, hey, we need an extra lineman in here to protect and a tight end. We got Max. We got a double right here. Oh, yeah? We got a double right here. Oh, yeah? Well, we got our all-pro Quinn Nelson from Notre Dame. He's going to single up on Chris Jones. That's a tough job, but he's going to push him all the way back. And again, vision on the quarterback, Willie. And he's going to go up, boom, and bat that down. He had 3 batted passes by himself.
Yep. Speed and intensity, press the pocket.
Amazing. So let me ask you, Willie, I'm going to put this down.
Oh, you want to get physical, I can tell.
You have the record for most sacks in a playoff game. 4.5 sacks in one game against the Jags, Willie.
Yep.
But sometimes you can't get there, right? Oh. You can't get there. So what do you have to do if they got a good boom protection?
So
right
now you get into me and I can't get there, but I'm going to still try to press the pocket and I'm going to keep vision on the quarterback.
Okay.
And when I see the ball about to release and he's trying to make one of these short throws, I'm going to get my hands up.
Yeah, they're up there.
And I'm going to still affect the pocket and tip the pass.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
You have the record of batted balls, too?
I wish.
You're a linebacker, and you had over 120 tackles, but 4 sacks. Talk about blitzing and rushing the quarterback from depth.
Man, speed and intensity, that's what it starts with. You have to understand what your defensive linemen are doing because you're the one adding in.
Okay.
So, you know what, back in Notre Dame, back in Cowboys, you know, every Thursday we had pass rush day. And I literally stood over there and watched my defensive line and understood what exactly angles they were coming at, and I was able to go. So
How often
speed
do
and
you
intensity.
practice against a running back protecting you versus say a guard?
Mismatch.
You're looking for the mismatch.
Mismatch. Running back can't guard me.
Yeah, it's a mismatch if you got to block either one of these guys. Thanks for your help, guys. Now let me send it over to stage 1. Chris Rose, take it away.
All right, Mooch, keep your hands to yourself, by the way. One of our guest analysts today, Adrian Peterson, just became the 5th player in NFL history to post a 1,000-yard season at the age of 33 or older. And he keeps moving up the rushing charts, 8th all-time in yards, tied for 5th in rushing touchdowns. And Adrian Peterson, you're turning 34 in March. That's like a fossil at that position. You still want to play, right?
Yeah, so they say it's a fossil. But, yeah, definitely still playing. I got a couple more years I want to keep it rolling.
All right, so what is it? Is it the ring, the elusive ring? Mm-hmm. Is it cracking the top 5 because another 800 yards you're there? Top 5 rushing list. I mean, and by the way, that's okay. Individual achievements are all right too. So what drives you?
The ring, you know, being able to sit back and say, I have a championship ring. That right there pushes me. That's my ultimate drive. It's being able to accomplish that. And I feel like by putting my best foot forward, then I'll continue to approach that top 5 and enter into that group as well along the way.
9 years ago in the NFC title game, you got so close to, at least playing in the elusive Super Bowl. Drew Brees and the Saints stood in the way. He was your teammate for training camp and for 4 games in 2017. You've played with a bunch of different QBs, including a Hall of Famer in Brett